This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2024 Salem Platinum travel trailer, and it's a 29V BUD. Okay, so this is going to be a how-to video. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work. Okay, so you've got your drop-down jacks. They basically you don't have to crank them all the way down. They'll drop till they hit the ground, and then once tension is on them, you can crank them and they'll stabilize the trailer, but you just have to do less cranking with them. So they're called quick drop jacks. Okay, you have an awning with LED strip, a power awning. Of course, this is your on-demand water heater here. Keep in mind, this is the master switch. You're going to want it on when you're using it. Okay, the control panel's inside. I'll show you that. And outside speakers, of course. This is the vent for the range hood. So you can see there's like a baffle in here, so you can push up on those thumb holds and you can just pop the baffle loose. So if you're cooking and venting to the outside, it'll vent unobstructed. So whenever you're venting, you want that baffle flapping freely in there. You got some power and a TV signal out right there. Of course, outside speakers. This would be a spray port for a coiled sprayer. This is the second most common way to get water to your trailer. This is the fill for the fresh water tank. So if you're camping someplace without city water, you can pre-fill that tank and then use the onboard pump to pump the water. Of course, if you have city water, you'll use that, but this is like plan B, so you got another option. So okay, now this is a kitchen, and I just want to look down here to show you that there's a quick connect right here for the LP system. That's where you plug your griddle into. Sorry about the camera work. You have a refrigerator here, and then you have this griddle. There is a LP line that's going to connect right here, if you can see that, and then it connects to that quick connect. I'll point it out when we get to it. It's probably inside the trailer, but you have to plug that into the LP system, so keep that in mind as we move forward. Still got to wash your trailer, of course, but you're getting a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control, so we'll show you how that works when you pick up. Your dump hose kit. You have a regular 3/4 inch crank, and then you have a smaller one there, that silver crank. The silver crank is for the power tongue jack. So if this power tongue jack ever fails, you can pull this rubber plug out, put the crank on there, and you can actually crank it manually to get yourself out of trouble. So you can always get hitched and unhitched no matter what. Okay. You have a deep cycle marine battery, and there's the kill switch for the battery. Okay. You have two LP tanks, 20 pounders that are full and ready to go. Open up this side, and we have more of the same. Yes, just a different view of the from the pass-through. So you have 3 valves here, 2 gray tank valves and a black tank valve. Black, of course, is toilet water and waste, and then the gray ones are sink and shower water. Okay, move down farther. This is the water hook up here, so this is the city water. You just hook the hose on there and you're all set. This is your black tank flush. So it says on the sticker, never turn on the water to the flush unless the black tank valve is open. Otherwise, too much pressure will build up. So you'll screw the hose, the freshwater hose at the dump station onto here, leaving the water off. Then you're going to dump your black tank, and when you dump the black tank, you leave the valve open. Then you'll come over here and turn the water on to the flush, and it'll spray out the inside of your black tank, spray off the sensors so you get a good accurate reading, that sort of thing. And then after it all drains out, you can close the black tank. But always flush it with the black tank valve open, okay? This is your power cord here, your short cord. You have an extra door here, a bike door, sometimes referred to, but it goes right into the bunkhouse. The reason they call it that, it's actually, you can use it as an emergency door, but people store bikes in here a lot, and you can stow it that way if you choose to. It's up to you. Okay, as we move along, you have that housing there in the middle that shows us it's pre-wired for a Furrion backup camera kit. So you can always add that if you choose to. It's pre-wired for that. Plus you got a, what would you call that? Pre-bracketed. It's got a bracket on there to add a Lippert telescoping ladder on if you choose to. The Lippert ladder, the reason you might want that, the manufacturer states you should inspect the roof every 90 days. So keep that in mind. Inspection consists of looking at the roof, looking at the roofing attachments and material, make sure they weren't damaged by low branches or road debris or anything like that. Look at the sealant to make sure there's no cracking or separation that could let water through. You know, just an inspection. Odds are you won't have to do anything to it for years and years, but you don't know that for a 100% fact unless you check it out. So it's important to inspect it. Okay. All right, let's get some light in here. This is a, this will go like this, but this is a dimmer. You got to sort of rub your thumb over it. Okay. We'll start here with the solar controller. The FUL you're seeing is flashing. If you're seeing that, that's telling us it's full. The batteries are totally charged. There's no room for any more amps to be stored in there. If you push this button, this is the upper right hand button is the only one you're going to really concern yourself with. It's telling you there's 13.6 volts DC in the system, if you can see that. I'm sorry, I don't know if I can get a good angle here. If not, you can verify it when you pick up. Push it again. It's shut down now. Like I said, the panel's shut off because it's FUL. There's no more room for storage. So this will tell you how the amps that are created from sunlight and stored in your battery. That's the second screen that comes up from pushing that button. It'll be all over the place. It'll be 5.6, 2.8. It depends on the conditions outside. You know, how cloudy it is, the weather. Are you in the shade? What is the position of the sun in relationship to your panels? All that stuff matters. Okay. And then the last one are amp hours. The storage. How many hours of storage in your battery? But that doesn't show either because we're full. As soon as you unplug your shore power and the energy level in the battery drops, it'll go back to normal charging screen. So, okay. So keep that in mind. That's not telling you it's broke. It's just telling you that there's no more room for storage, so it shut itself down until there's more room. Okay. So. You'll see that when you pick up. It'll have changed by then. Once we unplug it and move it, you'll be able to look at all three screens and get a good idea how they operate. So this is your slide out here. This is your power awning here. Never leave the power awning out unattended. Always roll it in, or else it'll get damaged by the weather. Your water pump right here. The water pump's used to pump water out of the fresh water tank if you don't have city water like we discussed. It's also used to winterize the trailer. You have lights here, and then you have your levels, your battery, fresh water, black, 2 gray tanks. They graduate up in 1/3 increments, so. Okay, your batteries, I'm sorry, I was talking batteries. Your keys are hanging right here on the sink, just so you know. We come over here, we got a fireplace and a sound bar. They both have a remote. The sound bar has FM radio, no AM. It has Bluetooth, so it streams from your phone or tablet, whatever you've got. You have a USB drive for MP3s or whatever. 2 speaker zones, 1 and 2. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer. HDMI in. Once you get a TV up here, you could, you know, if let's say you get a portable Blu-ray player and you set it right here, you can go into the system right there with that HDMI, for example. Okay, let's see where he's got your remotes at. I'd like to actually see them. So I'm sure that they're there. Let's see if I can get this one-handed. Oh boy. Come on now. Don't fight me. Okay, yeah, so this is the remote for your fireplace, and this is the remote for your sound bar. I'll clean that up. So the sound bar, the fireplace, excuse me, works on 120 AC. It works on shore power. You do have buttons here also. So you see you can, let's push this one. You can see it says 0, 0 there. That's the fan speed. I push it again, it says low. I can feel heat coming out now. High, it's really kicking out heat now. I'll put it back to off. You can also change the appearance of the crystals, the flame, you know, and it's got a timer on it, that sort of thing. So it's a good space heater, and it runs on campground power, so you don't use your limited supply of LP. If you're just sitting in this room and it's a little chilly, you can just turn this on. Okay. All right. Over here, this is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. It should always be glowing green. It should always be working. You can test it by pushing that button. If it's not working, get it serviced, meaning replaced immediately. It's not expensive, but it's very important. So if it's not working, get it replaced. This jackknife's flat here into a sofa. It's a sofa that jackknifes flat into a bed. You can also move this backer around, and you can drag the table down on here and turn this into a bed if you choose to. Of course, you have your bunk rooms. Just follow the sequence when you're raising or lowering them. Then you have another here. This is your power converter here. It converts AC to DC power. It has regular household circuit breakers in there. That's the 120 AC side, and then the power is converted to 12 volt DC. So it's got 12 volt fuses in there. Okay. Everything that can run on 12 volt DC in a travel trailer does. Some things have to be AC power, like the air conditioner and the microwave, but mostly everything else is DC power. So that's where it comes from. This is also a battery tender, so as long as you're plugged into shore power, it'll keep your battery charged. When you're pulling down the road, your tow vehicle will charge your battery, and your solar panel charges it as it can, depending on the conditions outside, okay? All right. Behind this panel here, you have to remove the 2 screws, but that's where you do your winterizing. That's where your water pump is at. Okay. Pantry. 12 volt DC refrigerator, 12 volts. Microwave, works like any other microwave. This is your light and fan. Remember I talked about venting to the outside. You want to open that baffle so it flaps freely. Okay. When it comes to your range, always travel with these shut, of course. This is the sparker. You turn it clockwise to spark it. That simple. And then this one here is for the oven. The oven has a pilot light on it. It's all the way at the back there. Let me see if I can. You can see it sparking back there. So you go to the knob for the oven. You go to the picture of the pilot light. Then you depress it and keep it depressed while you're lighting it. You spark it till you see the pilot light down here light. You're still holding this in. After it lights, you still hold it in for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat up the thermocouple. Then you go to whatever temperature you want. When you shut it off, the flames go out, obviously, but so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Always travel with this in the closed position, but give the burners time to cool down, of course. Alrighty, so moving this way. Okay. When it comes to your restroom here, it's the thing to remember is you always want these this shower doors latched with this rubber latch here. When you're in transit, you don't want them slamming together, sliding around, because they can break. But if you keep these latched, they will not break. So it's important anytime in transit to have that latched. You have a GFCI here. All the plugs in the trailer are wired through a GFCI. Even the duplexes that look normal, that are normal duplexes, they're still protected because they're wired through them. So if a plug stops working, first thing you're going to think is GFCI, and you come in here and reset it. Okay. When it comes to your toilet, it works like all RV toilets. It's got a flush pedal right there. You need chemical and water in it to use it. So when you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water, of course. Your black tank is empty because it was dumped last time you left the last campground. So you can't use the toilet with an empty tank. So you have to put the dose of chemical in the bowl, and then hold the pedal down with your foot till you put at least a gallon of water in there. You can use more than a gallon, just don't use less. More is better. And then you're all set till the next time you dump it. So never run it dry. Always use chemical and at least a gallon of water in it. Okay. This is the controller for your on-demand water. So you can see it's 84 degrees right now, but it's set for 107 temperature. We'll go up to 120 because that's pretty typical. Some people like it 115, some like it 120. So it's going to stay at 120. This just changes it. That button changes it from Celsius to Fahrenheit. We don't have to worry about that. So all we do. Turn on the hot water. I gotta see if the water pump's on here. Hold on. It's probably not. Nope. So the water, there has to be water in the tank with the water pump on, or you have to have city water hooked up with it on, or it will not light. But you can see it's lit now. The temperature's going up, 107, 111, 113, so it's climbing to 120. It'll hold at 120. And it'll stay there. So as long as you're running water, if you have a water supply and a gas supply, it's just going to keep pumping out 120 degree water or whatever you set it on. And when you set it off, of course, it shuts down. So anything that has a hot water valve, your kitchen sink, your shower, whatever, your vanity, it will light as soon as you turn on the hot water. So keep that in mind. It's a great thing. The days of having 6 gallons to take a shower are over, so you can just you can sit there all day if you want. Emergency windows here. You have your Versa tilt bed, so we're up now. Let's see how it works here. So it's simple. You just push the button as I'm doing. Raise it and lower it. Okay. And then you also have hookups for a TV here and a backer, so you could put a bracket there and watch it while you're laying down or sitting in bed. There's a little bit of storage under here. Okay. Alrighty. So if you look around a little bit more, see if I forgot anything here. I think we pretty much covered it for the most part. The rest of stuff is self-evident. You'll learn as you go. But, okay. So I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Remember what I said about inspecting the roof every 90 days? You don't necessarily have to go on the roof. If you got a tall ladder, you can go around the perimeter. You just want to make sure there's no damage or no ways for water to get through, no leaks or separation. It's important. People don't inspect the roof enough. And anytime you see a trailer that has real problems, it's because 9 times out of 10, 99 out of 100 is because the roof was not inspected regularly and something happened. Like I said, odds are you won't have to do anything for years, but you just don't know. That's why you inspect it, okay? Thank you very much.